Welcome to the Business Finance Bulletin, episode 183. Welcome again to the latest Business Finance Bulletin with me, Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, the commercial finance experts. In this week's bulletin, what's stopping small businesses from borrowing, commercial finance support from Arbuthnot Latham Bank, and business optimism at a new low. In the previous bulletin, episode 182, I took a look at the latest report that's come out from the SME Finance Monitor team. As a quick reminder, this is an independent body that every quarter goes out and consults with up to 5,000 small businesses and asks them about their experiences of borrowing money and dealing with banks. But one aspect of the report I didn't cover in the previous bulletin was about why businesses don't want to borrow money. Now, in that previous bulletin, I mentioned that the report highlighted that 85% of small business owners classified themselves as happy non-seekers of finance. These were businesses who had not applied for finance over the previous 12 months. Well, the report also looks at something called would-be seekers of finance. Now, these are businesses who would seek out finance, but for some reason decided not to. And the report asked that also important question, well, why? Why aren't those businesses wanting to borrow money? Now, what percentage of overall businesses are would-be seekers of finance? Well, the survey suggested about 2% of all small businesses are these would-be seekers. So what is holding them back? Well, first of all, 48% of them said that they were just generally discouraged from borrowing money. Now, it could be that they had a previous no from their lender and therefore just made the decision, I'm not ever going to go back again, what's the point? So that was direct discouragement. The other side of it was indirect discouragement, where they said, well, they've heard negative media reports about banks not supporting businesses, or perhaps they've spoken to business colleagues and they've also said, don't bother. So the first one is discouragement. The next one, 36% of them said it was also down to the whole process of borrowing money. It was too much hassle, too much paperwork, but also they consider it to be too expensive. Therefore, they just didn't want to borrow. The next one, 24% of them said that it was the principle of borrowing. They just didn't agree with the thought of borrowing money. They just didn't want to be kind of in hock to a bank. They didn't want anybody looking over their shoulders. And the last one, 10%, well, they put that down to the economy. They were just put off from borrowing just because of the state of the economy. So there are some interesting reasons why businesses don't want to borrow money. Now, in terms of the process, obviously, one thing you can do, you can have a chat with us. We'll help you through the whole process. Also, just look in your local geographical area for perhaps a business support organisation or consultant who can help take that hassle away. So the general message is, don't be put off. And we look in the next bulletin about how successful business owners actually are when it comes to applying for money. When it comes to finance providers, one bank that you may not be totally familiar with is Arbuthnot Latham Bank. Now, Arbuthnot very much have a reputation of being a bank for high net worth individuals. But lately they've been having a little bit of a push to get the message out in the marketplace that they are also commercial lenders, not only to existing clients, but to new clients as well. Well, earlier this week I had the pleasure of attending a launch of their Southwest office. The office is based in Exeter, but they had a launch in Bristol at the Aston Martin showroom at Cribbs Causeway. And I've got to say there were a lot of very nice cars on show there. So a very prestigious outlet in which to launch their Southwest offering. So when it comes to commercial finance, I had a chat there with a couple of the guys there. What are they looking for? Well, typical commercial deals if you're looking to purchase commercial premises or release equity from a premises. Loan to value, that's how much you can borrow against the value of the property, typically 60 to 70%. They'll also look at commercial property development and residential property development as well. So good to see a new bank getting out there and get the message out that they're very much open for business. If you want to know more about what the bank can do for you, just go along to their website, which is arbuthnotlatham.co.uk/commercial-banking. Or alternatively, just drop us an email, info@businessloanservices.co.uk, and we'll happily link you up. If you're a regular watcher and listener to this bulletin, you'll know that one piece of regular news that are now featuring more and more is the fact that business owners are feeling less confident and less optimistic about where they are now and the future going forward. Well, who am I to break with that trend? The latest report has come out from the Federation of Small Businesses as part of their quarterly Small Business Index survey. Now, in that survey, they revealed that 13% of business owners said they are planning to downsize over the next 12 months, and confidence levels generally are at their lowest since the post-Brexit period. Looking at cost, which is a big thing for small businesses at the moment, 70% of them are saying that they are seeing their cost base increase, and that's coming from increased labour costs, higher taxation and higher rent. Now, what about growth generally? Well, businesses are saying that there are a number of barriers that is holding them back from growing their business. 63% of them saying that the wider economy is of a concern to them, but also 35% of them saying that they are seeing weaker consumer demand. But it's not all bad news. If you're an exporter, well, there's much more positive feedback there. You would imagine with the pound having depreciated a lot, it's cheaper for people overseas to purchase UK goods. And in fact, from the survey, 39% of those businesses who export say they have seen their sales increase. So as I say, it's not all doom and gloom. So the message, of course, is always just put your head down, continue servicing your customers as best as you can, identify new markets, and continue to look for new products and services. Talk to your customers, see what their problems are, and see if you can fill the gap. Well, that's it for another bulletin. As ever, I hope you enjoyed it. And please, if you did, don't forget to give it a like and a share. Well, that's it for this week. I look forward to being with you again next time. And in the meantime, have a great, successful and profitable week. Bye-bye now.